Welcome back to The Hungry Psychologist. Let's test your memory while we make one of my favorite comfort foods, an easy, inexpensive slow cooker stroganoff. All right, time for the memory test. I'm going to read you a list of words. Your job is simple. Just try to remember as many as you can. Don't worry if you can't catch them all, this will still make sense at the end. We'll also pause the footage and have the screen go dark so you can focus on the words. Ready? Okay, here we go. Sunshine, funeral, coffee, laughter, disease, garden, joy, broken, table, success, failure, mountain, friend. Got a few in mind? Try saying them to yourself in your head for just a moment. I'm curious what you remembered. Try putting the words in the comments so the others can see. And remember, it's not a competition, it's just science. Notice how some words stick and others just fade away. That's not random. Psychologists know we're most likely to remember the words from the very beginning and the very end of the list. That's called primacy and recency. First impressions and final notes tend to hang on the longest. But what about the words in the middle? That's where it gets interesting, because your mood can tilt the scale, deciding which ones stay and which ones disappear. See, the exercise you just did is almost exactly what psychologists had people do in a classic experiment done back in the 1980s. In that study, researchers gave participants a list of words, some happy, some sad, some neutral. Later, they asked people to recall the words, and what they found was striking. People who were depressed remembered more of the sad words, while people who weren't remembered more of the happy and neutral ones. In other words, your mood decides what sticks. Psychologists call this mood-congruent attention. Whatever emotion you're carrying acts like a filter on your reality, shaping what you notice, what you remember, even what you believe is true about the world. But it doesn't just show up with words. Years later, in a similar study, researchers tracked people's eye movements while showing them faces. Some smiling, some angry, some sad. And they found that the sad participants literally stared longer at the sad faces. Their eyes got stuck on that sadness. Think about that. When you're feeling down, your sadness doesn't just live inside you. It changes what you see outside you. That's why on your worst days, it can feel like the world is against you. The traffic, the weather, the cashier's attitude. But the world didn't change. Your filter did. Your mood convinces you that what you notice is the whole picture, but it's not. So what should you do next time you find yourself stuck in a negative headspace, seeing life through the bad mood filter? What actually helps isn't forcing yourself to look on the bright side. It's learning to see the shades in between, to step back and take in the whole canvas, not just the darkest brushstrokes. Try to mindfully notice the small things. The quiet, steady details that don't scream for attention but are still there. A stranger holding the door, the smell of your morning coffee, the color of your phone case. The fact that no matter how it feels, life is rarely all bad or all good. It's usually both. None of this erases sadness, but it balances the filter so your mood isn't the only one deciding what you see. Bad moods try to convince us it's all one thing, all terrible, all hopeless. But the truth is more complicated. It's more merciful. The good and the bad usually live side by side. And when you can notice both, the world feels more honest and a bit less heavy. If this got your noodle going, make sure to subscribe and share it with someone else who might find it interesting. Until next time, stay hungry, my friends.